Is up today, YouTube? Here to make this video about a couple of packages I got in recently that I actually ordered actually quite a while ago. Man, it is windy today. What's up, Cleo and Cooper? Y'all like the mess in my garage. Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and back this up a little bit. So I ended up getting these packages about, I don't know, like a week ago. Maybe it was a little bit more, maybe a week and a half ago. It was about a week ago. Anyway, so I got these two. This was all the same order, but for some reason these two came in first, and then yesterday I ended up getting this one. So it's I'm gonna get a table out right here, try to fit it in within all this mess, and then unpackage some of this stuff so you can see what I got. All right, so I'm sure you guys have already seen the thumbnail, so you probably already know what's going on here, but let's open up this box. I did open these up already, but well, at least the first two, and I kind of just threw it back in there, which I wasn't expecting it to be delivered this way. But it is what it is, so let's see. And I'm only doing this because if somebody else decides to go this route and order one of these, maybe from the same place I ordered it from, this is what they can expect to get. So there's some zip ties in here. I'm not sure what this is. So this is the parts in here, and then these are the forks. Let's go ahead and toss this to the side for now. So these are the forks. You can tell that they installed this. They actually sent me pictures of it all put together before they sent it. So let me just put this to the side and let's open up the second box. See what's in there. Front wheel. All right, so yeah, pretty much that's about all that's in here. Get some of this styrofoam mess out of here. Might not want to, if you order one of these, might not want to open it inside the inside your house. It seems like it'll make a huge mess, but all right. Well, you can definitely tell that it was mounted, and they did a ride on it. You still see some of the nipples though, so I'm guessing they did that just to test it out before they shipped it off. It is a little bit low. And then oh, it looks like that's the brake light. You think that would have came mounted on there, but I believe that's the brake light. So sometimes it ends up being kind of a good thing. All right, this looks like the charger. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but let's read it. It says F900 battery charger, input 110 220 volts AC, 50 to 60 hertz at 13 amps. Output 84 volts at 10 amps. For lithium ion battery, I'm sorry. It says red charging, green fully charged. It's a pretty beefy unit. It does have the plug for the United States, so that's good. It has a little manual in here that has about a half a page of text set that over here to the side. Alright, so let's set this to the side. You can see this is a 20 by 4 right here, 20 by 4 and a quarter. Shows it's like a little bit of a fat tire. Alright, so this box is a little bit too big, too heavy to put on that table, so I think it came in like 126 pounds or something like that. We have the shipping.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're with my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Alright, so I'm guessing this will just slide through. So right here, I just was pushing the axle through the wheel and the forks, and then just setting the other side, the bolt, the axle bolt on the other side. That's what I'm doing right here.
I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages, a vacant modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it.
Okay, so right here, I'm just removing the clamp off of the top of the forks. So then, I've never done this before, so I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. But I know that that clamp has to come off in order to attach to the frame. And it at that point, it looked like the bearings were already, it must already be in the frame. So that's what I'm doing right here. This top piece.
I'll always show up. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it.
So basically right here, when I initially took all of the spacers and stuff off those forks, I took them off in the order that they were on. And then so basically now it looks like the company had put them on there in the way that they're supposed to be on. So that's what I figured. So now I'm just putting all the spacers and stuff back on basically the way that they were on there initially. It is kind of a struggle because, like I said, I've never done this before, but that's what's going on right here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go, go.
So now I basically turn my attention to getting this rear shock mounted on there. So that's all. It's just the bottom bolt was already on, and I just got to get that top bolt through, basically through the shock and through the frame right there. That's what I'm doing right now.
Driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And
so here is just basically the handlebars, and pretty much everything is assembled already on them. And then hanging off there to the side, I believe that's just a brake caliper. This one right here that I just swung over, yep, that's the brake caliper. And then there is well, I'll get to it here in a second. So right here I remember that there's a kickstand, so I flip it out. So right here, I went back to basically trying to figure out these forks and get that situation going so I can get those handlebars on. So it took me some time to figure it out, but eventually I got it. I do have a situation with that that we're not really sure. I contacted the manufacturer, but I do get everything put together right here.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through.
So right here I'll be mounting the handlebars onto basically where the fork is right there.
Gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient.
So this is basically the handlebars mounted. It was really just 4 Allen bolts right there in the front, right off like the gooseneck, I guess you would call it. No big deal, but they were pretty much all assembled. So this is how they look. You got both brakes, and then that's the little screen. There's the key, and well, basically just everything on the handlebars. So this is the headlight. It was basically an option for the bike. It's actually wired into everything. It has a switch on the handlebars right there. So I'm going to take some time and mount this right now.
Need a demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through.
So now this is the brake caliper. So I'm just kind of looking it over, trying to figure out how it mounts. Now you got to remember that this thing did not come with any instructions, so I'm just having to figure everything out.
Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna.
So this right here is just for that brake line. So I just basically took that bolt out. It's like a squeeze clamp. Opened it up and then stuck the brake line through there. Put the bolt back in. So now it has a place to mount to the fork.
Fight like I'm mad, I'm a beast, something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty.
So after I got my big head out of the way, I realized, well, I noticed that there's an actual bracket that's on that brake caliper that I have to take off and then mount to the fork. And then I need to mount the brake caliper to that bracket. I'm sure this is just to, you know, they do this to fit different forks, I'm guessing. So basically there's two Allen bolts that you just connect to the fork, and then there's two more Allen bolts that connect the caliper to that bracket, and that's basically it.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back.
So now moving on to mounting this back brake light. You see there's like a little plug, and I found that inside the frame right here. So I did end up cutting the bracket, or actually, well, I did end up having to cut it, but the bracket had like a license plate mount on it that I didn't want because I'm not putting a license plate on this thing. So I ended up cutting the bracket and then pulling the wire out and then remounting it without the license plate bracket.
What we're doing is a tough climb, and I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. 'Cause anything we're doing is a tough climb. 'Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down
So right here I'm showing where I basically use a grinder to notch that bracket so I can get the wire out. And use safety glasses, of course, while I was using the grinder. But to mount this, you just literally just plug it in, and there's 2 bolts. So I put the other little piece of bracket back on, and without the license plate bracket, everything bolted right up. It was I mean, it's almost self-explanatory if you want to get rid of that bracket. But now it's just going to be basically 2 long Allen bolts to mount it. That's it.
The monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored again?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything?
Pretty self-explanatory. Gotta mount the pedals on here. There's a left and a right one. You can see where they're marked with an L and an R on the pedal.
For all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you. It's stupid. When I'm alone with you, I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you, I knew this. When I'm with you, I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really noticed.
Okay, so basically right here, there's a little spot where you can put a zip tie and attach that brake line right there to the bottom end of that fork. So that's all this was. I mean, I never done that before, but it kind of looked like that's what it was supposed to do. So that's what I did. I guess if anybody sees this is wrong in the comments, hey, let me know. So now it's time to basically remove that cover. And I did have a couple of little issues with this, but ultimately it just takes a bunch of little tiny bolts that actually came in a bag to put that cover back on. But that's what's going on here, just so I can plug in the battery or see what's going on inside there. Okay, so I got that cover off, and basically there's 2 cables there, and they're taped off. So I'm just going to take the tape off and basically plug them together. Like I said, no instructions. It just that looks like that's what needs to happen. So let's get those things plugged in.
You don't ever want to set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead.
Okay, so initially I put that key in there, and I noticed that that bracket was loose, so of course I'm messing with that. And I got the battery and stuff plugged in, so I was trying to figure out how to power this thing on. There's an on and off switch over there on the left, where my left hand is. And then so I turned the key and hit the on and off, and nothing was really happening. Then I noticed that the light was turning on though with that on off switch. Come to find out that that on off switch on the left, that's just controls the light. It's the actual key that turns the bike on. But there is an up and down arrow with a center button right next to the red button. So you see me messing with it right there. What you have to do is you have to actually hold that center button right there, and then the screen will turn on and the bike basically turns on. But I didn't figure that out until a little bit later.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never.
Okay, well, I never figured it out up until this point, so I decided, you know what, maybe the battery's dead or doesn't have enough charge, so I decided to go ahead and charge it. So this is where I'm connecting the charger to get it going.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away.
Okay, I did want to mention they do leave you a bunch of these little extra screws right here and some of these little pads. I'm thinking that's for the battery. This is for the case. They probably already know it's a bad design, so they're gonna lose them. All those little bolts go right here. So basically, you saw me put together basically the whole thing. But what I did was, I didn't really film it, but I went through and I basically just double checked the tightness of everything. So pretty sure in the video I showed where I plugged it in, and then so I had to put these on. I did have a kind of a pain in the ass to get these on. It was kind of, this inside part was kind of bent, so I had to put a little hook tool in there and pull it, and while I got one of the other ones, and it was just a pain in the ass. But so I went through and I basically just tightened everything. I did have to adjust this. I kind of scratched that already. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. And everything that I could see that maybe might have needed some tightening, I just went through and I just tightened it all a little bit. So I believe it's ready to go, and that light just turned green from charging it. So, oh, I do need to put air in the tires. Let me put air in the tires real quick, and then we'll get back to it. One thing to note, on this little ass wheel, that is a pain in the ass to put air in that. I'll tell you that right now. But I got it in there. Tire says 35, I just put it to 35. Of course, I'm a big fat guy, so let's hope I don't wreck. I'm about to take it out right now.
Like nothing I found, my mind overwhelms. I think that I'm broken, but I hope you can't help. I know I'm not perfect, but some days I feel far more worthless. Baby, you make me feel nervous. If I still have you, I have purpose. It's all worth it. I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. What's wrong and why you never said you felt that way? Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
ran good. Hear a few little squeaks and stuff, but I don't know. Overall, it was pretty good. I mean, I maxed it out a few times. Stick it inside. Alright, well, I'm not sure if this one piece came loose or right here, or it was loose already. I just didn't notice that. And I'm also wondering if it's because I didn't put that spacer. In there. I mean, nothing's moved as far as just like clamps. Anyways, well, I'm gonna have to get that figured out. But for the most part, I mean, everything worked. Everything ran good. This thing goes pretty damn fast. Brakes work good. You know, I'm sure everything has to kind of break in. I was getting a funny little ticking sound when I was hitting the brakes pretty hard, but you gotta think, I mean, you know, this thing's stopping a pretty heavy guy. You know, I'm sure it's not rated for 280 pounds, but overall, this thing's pretty legit. Now the pedal ratio, like the length of the pedal is not very, it feels a little awkward because it's really short. Like you have to have, it's like you have really short legs. But I mean, maybe it's best because you don't want your feet too far down, so they're more like pegs. So I guess I kind of understand it. You know, this bike's not really made for pedaling so much. But yeah, there it is. So I got it together, and hopefully all that stuff came out good. But that is the CS20 that I got from Alibaba, and I paid somewhere around $2,200 for it. It's got the KKE forks and the DNM rear shock. They're adjustable. I got the 4-inch fat tire. The motorcycle seat. So it actually comes in different seats. I got the motorcycle seat. I did add the brake light and the rear, or the headlight, I'm sorry. And you can see that they both work. So there's the headlight. And then let's go back here. You can see the tail light. Let me hit the brakes. See there, so that works. I think it's fast, man. It's probably going to be a super long video. I'll make some update videos that are not so long, but this was just a, you know, my experience ordering this. Basically, I ordered it in February. I think like February 22nd or something like that, 18th or something. I got it May 20th. So it took quite a bit of time. Cost me about $2,200. It came a little bit disassembled. Did not have instructions. The gal I talked to there at the company though, she was really good to work with. She answers, I mean, every time I ask her something, she answers my questions. So I'm sure if I would have had issues putting it together, or maybe even like this issue right here, I'm gonna hit her up about it and see if maybe I did something wrong. I'm not sure. I'll figure all that out, and I'll have some update videos and maybe some riding videos. Anyways, all right, everybody, signing off. This is the Blue Collar Life. Like and subscribe. Peace.